Yeah, I think they assume you're the anaesthetist. But I always introduce myself and I say, my name's I'm part of the anaesthetic team. That's what I say. I don't say I'm an anaesthesia associate or whatever the job title it was either way. That other job, long job title, I never said that because it was just too long. It just sounded ridiculous. And people used to laugh at you in the briefings when you used to say, what was it? Physician's assistant in anaesthesia. It was way too long. So I just say, my name's part of the anaesthetic team.
I do arterial lines, central lines, I do spinals, I do ultrasound regional blocks. And perhaps an important part of this job is cancelling, refer and optimising patients. So she may get sent to see a patient and if they're not well enough for the anaesthetic and for theatre, what are you going to do about it? Who do you talk to? Where do you go? And one of the most difficult things is discussing a DNA CPR. So we do not resuscitate order with that patient and or their relatives. The implications of and the alternatives. It's often a very realistic discussion, and if they're elderly patients, they've often thought about this but not actually vocalised it to their relatives.
In terms of scope of practice, so this is based on the 2016 document, and the one on the left, the line on the left, so essentially is what AAs on day one are supposed to be competent in. And then the column on the right is what the AAs we've got evidence of AAs going on to do those things post-qualification.
I also have autonomous sessions in vascular access and anaesthesia. So that means that I do my own unsupervised lists for vascular access, and I've also done my own lists inducing, maintaining and reversing anaesthesia. I also am involved in emergency cover, so I will be working alongside a consultant in the emergency theatre in place of a junior doctor for whatever reason.
In the CPEX clinic, because I've been doing it for 11 years, we get doctors in there, trainee anaesthetists, we get medical students, we even get consultant anaesthetists that I train in there who haven't done CPEX very often. I'll write their reports for them. I'll help them, support them, interpret tests. So you can train a vast array of different levels of doctors or nurses.
Currently doing a solo regional vascular access list. Someone's kind of let me out. The reason my list is carrying on, or another list hasn't gone down, because I was interested, I was able to carry on the list while the consultant was able to take on a more complex neuro list. But if I wasn't here, then that wouldn't have happened. So one of those lists, either the neuro list was going to go down, or patients that need fistulas deforming was going to be cancelled.
It is limited in its scope at present, and different trusts will use you in different ways and will, inverted commas, bend the rules different ways. We are a service provider, and the trusts will have you working as to how they want you to work.